So a question that gets asked a lot is, should a doorstop be put on the door or on the wall itself? Here you can see the part I would consider to be the stop. The extension part is on the wall, and here is the flat part on the door itself. So the flat part is moving, this extension is staying stable, but you could have easily reversed the two. So which is correct? If you look at the instructions for one of these, in this case, it's a Williams-Sonoma doorstop wall mounted, so a wall mounted doorstop. It clearly has the extending piece, the stop itself, being put on the wall, and the flat piece, which is just like a protector, being put on the door. The nice part about that is that the door, as you grab the handle and you swing it towards yourself, in this case, it's an interior door to a bathroom, you don't ever hit yourself with this tough piece of metal. The downside of that, of course, is that if this is a active corner where people are walking, then you want to avoid this being something people either trip over or step on. If you step on it, you'll rip it right out of the wall. You can mess up your trim, or if it's into sheetrock, it'll come right out. So this thing could be a walking hazard, whereas you never walk that close to a door, maybe in a hallway, but in a hallway, this door would open 180 degrees. So you probably don't really need a doorstop. So generally speaking, I would say the best thing to do is put the stop on the wall, as they suggest. In some scenarios where it's a trip hazard, then go ahead, put the extension piece on the door, and just make sure that as you open the door, you don't pull the door and clip yourself with this piece in the ankle or whatever. You could be a pretty unpleasant experience. And then the main thing you could do to prevent this from being a tripping hazard is you can move it back past the corner. In order to prevent the doorstop from becoming a tripping hazard, you can buy a spring stop. This one is solid, but the old school ones they used to be spring loaded. That way, if you did step on it, it would just spring. Those aren't as attractive as kind of a more modern stop. Or what you could do is you could move it back a little bit. You want to do it uniform across the house, particularly in a room where you're going to see more than one. But if you move it back, someone that turns this corner sharply isn't going to step over or into this. It could be a little difficult in a playroom or someplace where kids are running around, where this could be a tripping hazard, even if it's further back. But if you were to put it like this in a corner, then it's nicely hidden when the door is open. The door has pretty good adjacency to the wall. You want to give it at least an inch or so clearance between the door and the knob, because when you open this door, there's a little bit of bounce or deflection right there. So you don't want to do it too close. You want to give at least an inch and a half there, give or take. Someone really hits the door hard, it's not really going to go more than an inch or so deflection, maybe 2 inches at the very most. So you want to give it some space there, and you could make space by moving this piece back. That'll allow the door to open up more. If you move it too far back, it could look weird, so you want to be careful. But generally speaking, you want that to be pretty close to the wall, so that the angle that the door hits this is, the flatter it is, the more secure this piece is. If the door, this flat protector hits this at too much of an angle, it's going to pry this thing loose over time. So you want to take that into account. So just like 3 or 4 things to take into account. The main thing you want to avoid is that the doorstop does not become a tripping hazard, in which case I would generally recommend it being wall mounted. Thanks for watching.